Hey there, game gurus. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at, well, a flash cartridge, an inexpensive flash cartridge, no less, for the Mattel Intellivision. Let's take a look at it right after this.
Game on.
Okay, here's one of my multitude of Intellivisions I have. I think three of them. Two of the original wood grain style, like this one, and one Intellivision 2. The Intellivision 2 one doesn't work right now. I'm going to see if I can get that one working. This is the original television I had that uses the standard discs. Here's an extra control I have right here. Because I actually have a little device that connects to a PC over USB. But I know a lot of people talk about the controllers and how the Atari Jaguar is the worst controller, or the ColecoVision's got the worst controller, or the 5200's got the worst controller. Well, that one might be because it breaks a lot. But to me, the Intellivision controller for games was always the worst controller by far. I mean, it was the first one to start with this keypad, which, you get these little overlays, which is, ColecoVision also did, and then the Atari Jaguar did. And you slide these overlays in when they fit, and get it ready for that particular game that you're playing, so you know what buttons you get more functionality. But these side buttons on here were horrible to use, and this 16-way disc. So the big selling point was the Intellivision had 16 directions and the Atari had 8. I'll take the Atari 8 because this thing sucks. I'm sorry. For simple, maybe a sports game, we're just doing something like that, but any action games, this is the worst controller on the planet. But the Intellivision was, no matter what people tell you, was the world's first 16-bit home console. It was not the Sega Genesis. It was the Intellivision. It actually has a 16-bit CPU in this machine. Now, was it graphically as advanced as the Sega Genesis? No, but that we all know that was kind of a lie. The whole thing with the bits and all that stuff. It was all about the graphics chip and so forth. Nothing to do with the processor, because the PC Engine had a 16-bit graphic chip and an 8-bit processor, and it trounced pretty much everything else out there. But just truth be told, the Intellivision was the world's first 16-bit console. And, they had a lot of things they were going to come out with, like a keyboard component. And they eventually came out with a second version, which was a piece of crap. But the original one, when you dropped it into the machine, was quite advanced. They also came out with a really cool thing called the IntelliVoice. And the IntelliVoice actually works really well. Now, back then, voice in a game was almost unreal. And it's a shame Berserk never came out for this, but it didn't. But the IntelliVoice came out for this. The Magnavox Odyssey 2 had the voice. The Vectrex had built-in voice as well. So it was kind of a neat thing. But the Intellivision did a nice job with it. Now, cool thing about this over the Odyssey, there is a volume control here, but the speed still comes through a TV set. Whereas in the Odyssey, it came out its own speaker. The Odyssey was a quirky little machine. But I'm really getting off topic, which I tend to do. So the Intellivision came out with their games, and a lot of them are fun. I'm going to play some games on here. There are some games that really are absolutely fun, even with the crappy controller that you have. And the second one I have actually has some joysticks. So I'll do a video on that one. It's got a little joysticks. You pull these things out and put them in. But again, Glenn's getting off topic. But there are some homebrew games and some games I don't own that I wanted to try. And without a flash cartridge, that's kind of hard to do because games are getting very expensive. Now, there's been a couple of flash cartridges out in the past. They've been like $200 to $300, or at least $200, and that's if you can even get them from the person who makes them. A lot of times they just make batches, and then you got to wait years and years. And I got tired of waiting. I think the first one was just called the LTO Flash, which was probably the premier one out there, but very hard to get. So I was just going at eBay. Once in a while, I go on eBay and I just scope around and see what's out there. And I saw this Pi RTO II, and I'm gonna put a link down below to the eBay store I got this from, because the guy was really awesome. And it turns out he watches my show, so double plug. But he made me a special one in this blue color, which I really do like. So this basically has a Pi, I think it's a Pico in here, and it uses the built-in storage. Now, these old games are using 5K, 10K, maybe 16K. So these guys here, which have like 8 or 16 gigabytes of internal storage, you could put literally thousands of these games on there. So it's not a real issue with needing an SD card. There is a USB-C on here, so you just connect it to your computer and just copy the files over. That's just simple as that. Just copy them over in the folders if you want to, and you put the cartridge in and you play it. So this is actually a 3D printed case. So, but they did a nice job. I'm gonna get a little closer. You guys kind of see it right over here. I'm trying to do different. If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to do things a little bit differently around here with the show. I'm trying to just get back a little more simple and basic, not going crazy. But in any case, maybe I'm going too simple. But we can see right here on the case, it is a blue case. It's got the nice gold on here. It's got USB-C there and a little reset button. So you want to exit the game, you press that, and it takes you back to the main menu. Now, one of the things I always have with these older consoles is, the contacts tend to get, corroded after a while, or you just get a film or corrosion built on it. So up here, I have my different kinds of contact cleaners, but Detox at 5, which is have right up here, is probably the best. You spray that on there and just go over the Q-tip, and it cleans the contacts right up. But that's usually the only problems I've had on these. But right now, we can see we have Tron Deadly Discs in here, which is a great game. But I'm going to turn this thing off. This is a really fun game. I'm going to play this as well. I'm going to turn this thing off, and I'm going to unplug the cartridge. And I will say, the cartridges are a bit of a pain in the ass to get in and out of an Intellivision. If anyone needed a handle, it would probably have been this one, not the Odyssey 2, or the Jaguar for that matter. So this is a PCB, and you have to be careful because these PCBs generally don't have a beveled edge, and I don't really see that on this one. So you just have to be careful putting it in. I'm going to slide it in here.
That's what she said.
Connect it, hit the power switch. It boots right up to this Pi RTO. And you can see right here, we have a game list of different games that are on here. So I'm going to get a little bit closer so you guys can see this a little bit better and get myself out of the picture here. So we can take a look at this and play some games. Let's get to that. Okay, so we're here with the Intellivision. We have our Pi RTO II set up here. If I hit this little reset button in the back, it'll just reset it back to the main menu. So I'm going to take our control over here. Now, one of the things about the Intellivision is I have quite a few of the overlays, but I don't have all the overlays. So most games you're probably fine with it, but certain games like Space Spartans, which I really love, it's like a more advanced version of Star Raiders. You kind of do need this, and it's got the speech. It's really cool. So let's make sure the volume is up here so we can hear what we're doing. Get the volume up. So we're going to pick a game here. And again, all you're going to do is use your really bad pad to go up and down. And then you can press a button to go in. And I think clear takes you out. It does. Okay, so we'll go in. Just take a look. We have here. We have 4 TRIS for Tetris. So that's a Tetris game. So we're going to press enter on that. And the loading is almost instantaneously. Now, of course, the Intellivision graphics I always felt were much more blocky than the Atari, and I still stand behind that. Now, I think press a button. There we go. So we can rotate the blocks. So you need some Tetris on your Tetris fix on your Intellivision? Well, you can do that. Can I go the other way too? I can. The buttons are just, it's such a really ergonomic mess. But again, this is the early days of video games and people were trying new things out, so I got to take my hat off, not necessarily, to them at least coming up with different designs. So when the music drives you insane, now if I hit the reset button here, it takes it back into the game. If I hit the reset button here, it takes you back to the main menu. And let's see what else we have in here. Let's just see if anything's good here. Dungeons and Dragons, Airstrike, Armor Battle. See, a lot of things with the early games, you did need 2 players, but there are some 1-player games, like Astro Smash, which is one of the big games for the Intellivision. And this is where it's a little bit easier using this pad, but I still am not a fan of this touchpad. I'm just not. The object is just to hit these falling meteors, and you get points. If they get past you, points get subtracted. And obviously you don't want to be hit either. The longer your gameplay, the faster and more chaotic it will get. It's a fun game, but it can be tedious with holding the buttons on the side to fire and the pad. It's just my opinion. They do make aftermarket controllers, but again, I try and keep my machine stock. So let's hit the reset button. Now take it to the main menu. Now, one of the games I really enjoyed on the Intellivision was Tron Deadly Discs. Now, that is available also on the 2600, but the Intellivision has the advantage of this keypad. Now, I don't have the overlay for it, but basically, number 5, if I'm not mistaken, it lets you hold up your disc as a shield, and you can move in one direction, but use these outer buttons here to aim in the opposite direction that you're running, potentially, kind of like my Atari Warriors Super Joystick. So the Atari one, it's basically you got to throw in the direction that you're going. But let's go get some Tron Deadly Discs here. And if I can press this button here, yes. And I have to press left and right to go down a menu. Tron Deadly Discs. It is just such a good game. Again, if I remember right, 5 is your shield. 1 through 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 8, 7, 4 will be your aiming, and then your pad moves you around. But it's a simple game, but it works so well. There's my shield. I don't get my shield up. I already got hit. And you want to try and break these doors. If you break the doors, a recognizer will come and try and fix it, and you have an opportunity to hit the recognizer. I'm gonna get the door. Yes. Oh! I'm in trouble. I'm dead. Very fun game. I didn't even get to a recognizer, but hey, that's how things go. I'll try it one more time because I did want to get to a recognizer. I have to reset it. I guess I got to reset it this way. There we go. Here we go. Let's try it. Do a better job this time. Okay. Really? No. I am hurting again. No. No. I think you do heal over time. Mostly when you get hit, you lose your speed. Oh, I got a double! But then I got nailed. Dang it. Oh, I missed him? A recognizer will probably come if I don't get killed. Dang it. Ooh. Gotcha. No recognizer. Oh. Oh! Oh, I'm in trouble. Come back here. Oh. Oh, here it comes. You got to try and shoot his eye without getting caught in his net. Oh. Ah! I got him. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next game. All right, another really fun game on the Intellivision was I think called Night Stalker. So we'll go down to the ends and pick up some Night Stalker. Again, a lot of these games are very repetitive, but they can still be fun. Night Stalker, there we are. So a similar thing, you're going to use your controller to run your man around and use the direction pad, I think, to move it around. It's been a while since I played this one. Let's find out. Now you have limited shots when these robots are coming to attack you. So you have to find a gun. It takes every 5 or 6 shots. The bat you can't kill. The spider you can. Oh! The only safe haven is inside my base. Oh, I guess you can shoot the bats. I think you could. So yes, using the numbers for your directions of where you're going to shoot. Nice up there. Can I get a gun? Oh, then my gun's a little better there. So yeah, the direction pad, you get used to it, but it's just still not the best control. I appreciate them trying to make something on Spider. Oh, you suck. I'm the Papa. Come on. So this one can be repetitive, but there are other robots that come out that have shields. So this is actually a really good game. And again, they did make this for the Atari 2600. But the ability to go in one direction and shoot in the other is a big advantage. What do you mean? I'm about to go up. My gun could not be in a stupider spot. I'm completely defenseless. That's one of the new robots. The one after him would be one with shields. Oh, and weapons. And the soundtrack, I mean, it's just one note, but it's like Mark Cohen. So it's a very, very fun game. So I'm gonna hit the reset button on this one. Take us back to the main menu. And I actually have the overlay for Space Spartans, and that is a voice game. And I'm gonna put this in here. This is a really, really good game. If you like Star Raiders or games along those lines, a very, very fun game. There's a lot of voice in here, and the voice is done very well. But I can never get these overlays in, and they want to go all the way down. It always drives me nuts about them. I guess that'll have to do. So we're going to go down to Space Spartans. Pass it? Probably did. Space Armada, Space Battle, Space Spartans. There we go.
Mattel Electronics presents Space Spartans.
And I think the voice sounds really good, and the computer effects for those sounds are great, and especially for like Battlestar Galactica, which is right around this time frame. It was out in 1978, and they sound like Cylons, right? So let's go try it out. Well, we're gonna do slow, of course. So here's my ship here, and I'm gonna try and go to these attacking armadas. So let's see if I can go over here. Let's get my status.
Hello, Commander. Computer reporting. Hyperdrive off.
0 aliens.
Let's see if we can do hyperdrive here. Here.
Starbase 1 under attack.
Okay, under attack. Let's see if I can go on.
12 aliens.
Change view. And now we got to try and shoot these guys down.
Under attack.
Tracking computer. 1/3 down. Computer. 2/3 down.
Shields, impulse drive, battle computer.
Hyperdrive. 1/3 down. Off.
My repair. How do I turn my repair back on? Try and get these guys. Again, I'm on the slow version now.
Starbase 1 under attack.
How many aliens?
9
Shield. 1/3 down.
Starbase 1 under attack. 7 aliens. Energy level 9,588. 6 aliens.
Gotta watch out for those shots. But I think they did a really good job of this.
3 aliens.
Free aliens. Ooh.
Starbase 1 under attack.
Oh, you suck.
1 alien.
Oh.
Starbase 1 under attack. 0 aliens.
All right, 0 aliens. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go to my next one here, which is this one. I think that's my base. That's my base. I think. I'm gonna go over here, and we're gonna turn on hyperdrive. Change view.
15 aliens.
Oh boy. Oh, 3 in 1 shot. Nice. Again, these controls are just horrible.
Seven aliens.
I don't remember how to turn my repair systems. That's my problem.
Tracking computer off.
Uh-oh.
Shield off. Tracking computer on. Shield on. Hyperdrive 1/3 down. Off. Tracking computer 2/3 down. Shield 1/3 down.
Why that under repair? How do I get the back under? There's a way to turn repair on.
Tracking computer
No.
off. Shield off. Tracking computer on.
No.
Shield on.
Base 1 under attack.
Hyperdrive 1/3 down. Off. Tracking computer 2/3 down. Shield 1/3 down.
Battle computer, impulse drive, tracking computer, all systems, hyperdrive, repair.
Base 1 under attack.
Repair on. Hyperdrive 1/3 down. Under repair.
Yes.
0 aliens.
Okay, change view. And this looks like it might be.
Starbase 1 under attack.
Yep, I thought so.
2 aliens. Base 1 under attack.
Ah, just missed you. Oh my lord.
0 aliens.
Hyperdrive 1/3 down. Under repair.
Good.
Hyperdrive repair.
Nice.
Tracking computer 2/3 down. Under repair. Tracking computer repaired. Shields 1/3 down. Under repair. Shields repaired.
Nice. Check my energy level.
Energy level 8,996.
And let's, where am I? Down here. Let's go attack these guys.
3 aliens.
Free aliens? Free? One now.
1 alien. 0 aliens.
Okay. Let's move up here.
1 alien.
Where are you hiding, bad boy?
0 aliens.
Doing pretty good here.
6 aliens.
All right.
Shields repaired.
Oh!
2 aliens. 0 aliens.
Hey, we're doing pretty good.
Energy level 8,967. 6 aliens.
Oh, no.
Computer 1/3 down. Under repair.
What happened? My tracking computer's all screwed up. Oh. Oh.
1/3 down.
I'm doing so good. Oh, my system's all screwed up from the hits. Where am I? Repair on. All right, repair screwed up. I'm in trouble.
1 alien. 0 aliens.
Come on, go over just one. Jesus, this tablet thing stinks.
1 alien. 0 aliens.
We're doing pretty good here. I may actually win this game.
6 aliens.
1/3 down. National computer 1/3 down. Shield 1/3 down. Repair. Tracking computer 1/3 down. Under repair. Shield destroyed. Impulse drive destroyed.
No! Oh, I'm in.
Destroyed. Shield destroyed. National computer 2/3 down. Shield destroyed. Under repair. Tracking computer 1/3 down. Under repair.
Oh, I can't move. I am adrift. I'm adrift.
Shield destroyed.
1 alien.
Oh, man. I can't maneuver at all.
Shields destroyed. Tracking computer 1/3 down. Under repair. Computer destroyed. Battle computer destroyed.
The battle is over.
Still one of my favorite games on the Intellivision. I love that game. So what are my final thoughts of the Pi RTO II? Well, I think this is totally worth it. If you have an Intellivision console and you want to get a bigger game library or play some homebrews or things along those lines, I think for the price, this can't be beat. I'll put a link down below to the eBay store where I purchased this. Now, it is an open source project, so technically you could build your own. However, for the price, it's just worth just getting it and just firing up your Intellivision. Again, the only real downside is that your machine has to be in good working condition. Your cartridge slot has to be clean. If it's not clean, these little guys don't work. Actually, any cartridge won't work, really. It's not a downside to this. But I'm really happy I got this and waited to get one. Again, the price was right. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's got plenty of storage on here. So if you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It takes 1 second for you, but it means a lot to me in YouTube algorithms. And if you're currently subscribed to Glenn's Retro Show, I thank you for that, and thank you for joining me again. If you're not currently a subscriber, I would appreciate taking the time for you guys to subscribe. I do great things like this, and I have also products and other things I do. But I have a lot of fun like this, and I'm going to be probably doing some gameplay videos of just playing some of these games, because I know I could have did better in some of these games. But this, I think, was totally worth it, and the person I got it from was top-notch, did a great job communicating on eBay, and sent me a great product. That's it. But as much fun as all this stuff is, and it is fun, just remember, tell family and friends you love them. Tomorrow's never promised. But in between those times, hell yeah, man, let's go back to the grid and game on.
Game on.